Buyers decide how they feel about your home in the first 10 seconds. Not after the tour, not after the feature sheet, sometimes even before the agent finishes opening the front door. And once that impression is formed, the rest of the showing is spent looking for proof they were right. After years of working with buyers and sellers across the GTA, I can tell you this: buyers are fast, they are observant, and they don't miss a thing. They also don't argue, they don't complain, they don't negotiate, they just leave and tell the internet why. And wait until you hear my biggest pet peeve. Almost no one talks about it, but it quietly kills deals. Let's start with the one everybody wants to talk about: the smell. Buyers walk in, they take one breath, and judgment is made instantly. They don't care about your upgrade. They don't care about the $12,000 you spent on flooring. One whiff and it's over. The GTA is the most diverse regions in the world. More than half of us were not born in Canada. That means amazing food culture and very strong cooking smells. The curries, cabbage dishes, fermented foods, even the rice when cooked daily leaves a scent homeowners stop noticing. This isn't about culture. Buyers don't judge culture, they judge risk. When your home is for sale, even temporarily, this is the time not to cook any strong food. Buyers always go online and talk about this. One buyer said, "I went to an open house with heavy candles burning in every room. That's the only thing I remember about that house." Another buyer said, "The kitchen sink smelled dirty like old food and grease. I was out." Someone else wrote, "I walked in and smelled dampness immediately. Mold on the wall. No way was I dealing with the water issues." Another buyer said, "The floor was caving in. I didn't feel safe walking across the kitchen. I ushered my parents out." When I personally went to do a home evaluation, right before I walked in, the cat had just finished its business. I'm not exaggerating. My nose hair held that smell for weeks. That house did not need renovation. It just needed fresh air. Buyers also talk openly about cigarette smoke. Immediate no. Strong curry smell. Immediate no. One buyer said the realtor tried to spin it and said, "You can rent an ozone machine, wipe it out." And the buyer responded, "If the seller really cared about selling, they would have taken care of it themselves." Right after smell, buyers judge lighting, not fixtures. The feeling. Dark rooms feel smaller, older, and more work, even if none of that was true. The 1960s light fixtures with yellowish light bulb or no bulb at all. Then there are 1970s homes, especially in South Oakville and Burlington, where I'm not kidding, the whole second level has no ceiling lights. They have light switches, plugs where you need the lamps. Even the main floor rooms have no ceilings. The whole time during showings, I have pulled my phone, turn on the light, look for the switches so that we could see the house. Come on, man. Then you have new build, new smart homes outsmarting you. Your light switches make sense to the sellers. They do not make sense to an agent seeing the home for the very first time. I've personally watched agents walking room to room awkwardly trying to figure out which light switch does what. Here's the easiest fix sellers ignore. Simply turn on every light before every showing. Let the agent sell your home, not on for switches. Clean and tidy are not the same thing. Buyers scan what sellers stop seeing. Dust on fans, dirty baseboards, grime around faucets, fingerprints on the light switches, and yes, light fixtures full of dead flies. Buyers online admit to checking places sellers swear no one is looking. One buyer wrote, "I knew I wasn't buying the house when I saw hair stuck on the bathroom wall." That buyer didn't negotiate, they didn't complain, they just left. Cleanliness signals care. Dirty signals deferred maintenance. A spotless home feels bigger, brighter, and safer. A dirty home feels expensive. After cleanliness, buyers judge the space. Clutter doesn't just take space, it steals comfort. I once saw a home where the family rushed out and the kids left their pants rolled down in the bathroom. just the way they took it down. No one said nothing, but no one came back. Another time, a new mom was still nursing under a cover during the sewing. We walked in and the cover moved. Totally human, totally understandable. But buyers froze. They felt like they were intruding. Buyers online say clutters makes them anxious and annoyed. They are not buying your life, they are buying the space. Buyers today are very update savvy. They can handle dated, they can't handle lipstick on a pig. They spot homeowners' specialties, fresh grout with old tiles, one room freshly painted, another with a 1970s puff curtain ceiling. Patchwork updates scream uncertainty. I've walked into kitchens where buyers seen ancient looking appliances. Even Google was scratching its head. What's it for? Outdated space make buyers think work, money, time. Those three words kills offers. Sellers can easily make a better impression. Builder grade or dated light fixtures ages a home instantly. Swap out old flush mounts. Replace mismatched fixtures. Go simple, modern, consistent. Lighting reads as an era. Buyers clock it subconsciously. One freshly painted room next to a tired one is worse than no paint at all. Paint neutral colors, same tone throughout main areas, especially entryway, hallways, and main floor. Patchwork paint screams on finish. Then you have the dated handles and yellowish switch plates quietly killing the vibe. The cabinet pulls, door handles, light switch plates. Buyers touch these. Touch creates judgment. You don't need a renovation, you need consistency throughout your home. One buyer said, I didn't even make it inside. The neighbor came out and yelled at us for parking on the street. That buyer said, I left immediately. I can't deal with neighbors like that. Another deal killed before the doors even open. Homes don't lose value slowly. They lose it the moment a buyer feels uncomfortable and says nothing. Here's my biggest pet peeve. Sellers not accepting appointments. Telling buyers to come back another day or staying home during showing. Buyers need privacy. The moment they feel watched, rushed, or uncomfortable, they stop imagining themselves living there. And buyers who stop imagining don't negotiate. They don't follow up. They won't come back. Privacy creates possibility. Take it away and the deal never starts. Fix the first 10 seconds and everything else becomes easier. If you're thinking of selling and want buyers to love your home in those first few seconds, that's exactly what I help you with. I'll walk you through what actually matters, what's worth fixing, and what you can safely ignore before buyers ever walk into your home. If you are in Oakville or Burlington or anywhere in the GTA, you'll find a link below. Book a one-on-one 15 minutes pre-consultation with me and we will make a plan. No pressure, just clarity. Oh, don't forget to download my 10 DIY home staging ideas to sell your home fast for more money. The link is also in the description. And if you're watching on TV, scan this QR code right here. I'm Realtor Roshan and I'll see you on my next video.